is a great pleasure for me to have to have this opportunity to speaking in this session regarding the inter-regional connectivity. Government of Japan proposed free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, under which we improve the connectivity between Asia and Africa through free and open Indian and Pacific Ocean to promote peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. Having a synergetic effect with Act-East policy of government of India, it is expected that India and Southeast Asia can form a vast economic network by strengthening connectivity between those regions. Today, I'd like to talk about the possibility of Japanese companies expand its global value chain further to connect to Indian manufacturing industries. Now, many Japanese companies expand their business to ASEAN, and they have a supply chain network among ASEAN and East Asian countries. According to the private research companies, there are 11,000 Japanese companies in ASEAN 10 countries in 2015. Besides, there are 1,300 companies in India in 2016. This difference may be backed by an element in the geopolitical distance and the historical background. On the other hand, about India, of course, most of Japanese companies' perspective for Indian market is a fast-growing and promising market. According to the survey by Japan Bank for International Cooperation, India is #1 country for Japanese companies as a promising country for their medium-term business expansion 3 years in a row. But because they also recognize Indian market as an isolated single market, Japanese business couldn't utilize the advantage of working in a network, as they can enjoy widespread value chain of the East and Southeast Asian nations. However, I could observe positive change and improvement in work these days. First, the first change is the installation of GST. With installation of GST, India came to be a true unified market, and it may cause a revolution in the movement of goods or logistics. Earlier, cargo was stopped at every state border, and taxes were levied. Trucks were queuing up for inspection, and it used to cause huge loss with cost and times. With elimination of these barriers, goods are more freely distributed within the Indian subcontinent. Increase of public-private investment toward the transportation infrastructure also to be the positive change. Even if physical obstacles were eliminated, without board transportation capability, goods do not flow. Moreover, India has jumped up to the 100 from the 130 in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking this year. With those positive changes, especially improvement of domestic network, I think the recognition of Japanese company will also change. When India connected Japanese companies' global value chain, which operated in Southeast Asia, further investment flow from Japanese company will be expected. Some Japanese companies have already started its global value chain operation in Indian market. For example, Indian operator of a company manufacturing the component of auto part, and Thailand operator assembled it with the other component manufactured in Thailand and other countries. And this completed part is integrated into the final product or export to the third country. India has a huge market, and its future growth is promising. However, if India continues to remain an isolated market, investment flow from Japanese company to be constrained. Rather, they could choose the other option to keep their component manufacturing outside from Japan, outside India. However, if global value chain is created between Southeast Asia and India, eastern states facing the Southeast Asia across the Bay of Bengal automatically acquire huge geo advantages. To make global value chain more efficiently, further development of domestic networks such as low-redundant railways, which connect those Indian eastern states to other major cities like Delhi and Mumbai, are also important. Government of Japan continue to contribute to strengthen the connectivity of domestic network in India, including Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor and Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor and Northeast states. To achieve this, effort must be made with a clear vision and enthusiasm. Finally, I would like to add that these footsteps shall be taken not only on the hard infrastructure side, but also soft infrastructure, such as custom reform, both in clearance and exercise duties, compliance in intellectual property, and fair competitiveness measures. Bilateral and multilateral trade treaties like RCEP could be a prescription to accelerate these measures. Thank you very much.